You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A hit-and-run suspect is facing charges thanks to newly issued Wilkes-Barre police body cams. An officer's camera captured 30-year-old Deshir Bowens, who allegedly struck a parked vehicle last Sunday on Oak Street. Bowens stopped for police after the accident, but then took off at a high rate of speed. Police released Bowens' photo on their Facebook page, resulting in numerous tips, and an arrest warrant was issued for him by Wednesday. He's facing charges of fleeing or attempting to elude police, accidents to an unattended vehicle, reckless endangerment, and several traffic violations. Police in Luzerne County are asking for the public's help locating a Hanover Township man wanted on assault charges. State police are looking for 29-year-old Deshawn Lamont Boone. A female victim told troopers that Boone picked her up from work on July 15th, accused her of cheating on him, and began assaulting her as they drove. He also allegedly tossed her cell phone out the car window. Boone ended up taking the victim to a residence, where he and a teenage girl allegedly continued to assault her. The woman sustained injuries to her face, head, arms, and hands. Boone faces charges of simple assault, harassment, criminal mischief, and driving on a suspended license. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to contact state police at Wilkes-Barre by calling 570-821-4110. The Wolf administration shared some proposed nursing home regulations that focus on increasing the quality of care received by residents. WYLN's Philip Kaufman has more.
Acting Secretary of Health Allison Beam shared proposed nursing home regulations focused on increasing the quality of care received by residents by increasing the minimum direct care hours by 1.4 more hours each day.
The Department of Health submitted the first installment of proposed nursing home regulations to the General Assembly, the Independent Regulatory Review Commission, and the Legislative Reference Bureau. We know that when staff burn out, resident care suffers. We also know that skilled nursing facilities and long-term care facilities were disproportionately affected by the impact of COVID-19. The Wolf administration is committed to continuing to provide robust, ongoing support for these facilities because it will be critical in their efforts to battle the pandemic and protect residents and staff.
The current skilled nursing facility regulations have not been updated since 1999.
This is a historic move because the current regulations have not been updated in nearly 25 years. This is problematic for many reasons, including the fact that the number of older Pennsylvanians is increasing, and the number of those needing skilled nursing facilities care will also rapidly increase.
Beam was joined by leaders of 4 cabinet agencies, as well as a nursing home worker and resident.
When I first heard this, that we were going to 4.1, it was just amazing. I couldn't even believe it. And it's going to mean, so much to me and to thousands of the nursing home caregivers across the state, as well as all of the people that we care for. Today, I have hope. And it's been a long time since I've been able to say that.
The Department of Health is also working on the other 4 packages of proposed regulations that will include proposed updates to other critical topics, including change of ownership, staff development, staffing ratios, and infection control and prevention.
It truly has been a team effort working with the Departments of Aging, Human Services, Military and Veterans Affairs, and others. We are committed to continuing the assistance needed to protect residents and staff. That's why I'm proud to have the support of this team as we take this bold step forward for Pennsylvanians in nursing homes and staff who care for them 24/7.
The department plans to submit the final form regulations once all 5 packages of updates move through the state's regulatory review process. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. There's been an uptick of COVID cases across the Commonwealth. Over 2,900 new cases have been reported, resulting in an 82% increase this week alone. Health officials said the number of cases haven't been this high since the start of June. The CDC stated that the Delta variant has become the dominant strain in Pennsylvania. Over 300 COVID patients had to be hospitalized, and the state has reported 41 COVID-related deaths in the past week. Another delay in forming a search committee makes it more likely that the next Luzerne County manager will be appointed in January. This is the second delay in selecting a search committee. After David Pedri resigned as manager, Council interviewed 10 people who applied to serve on the committee. However, thanks to legal concerns and charter conflicts, that vote was postponed. Council then planned to interview 8 more this Tuesday, but canceled the session after it was pointed out that the remote-only format would violate the state's Sunshine Act. Council anticipates the process to last the rest of the year, but even if it's completed, Council may defer the selection and leave the job to the members that take office in January. We're pleased to announce that the American Cancer Society Telethon is back, and our Julie Stefanovic has the details.
The 43rd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon is set to take place this fall. Some rearranging had to be done because of the pandemic, but organizers are happy to once again be hosting this year's telethon to help in the fight against cancer.
ACS, of course, has had to adapt to the pandemic like everyone else, but we are slowly getting back into things, and we have some things coming up I wanted to tell everyone about. First of all, our big event, our telethon, our 43rd annual telethon. We finally have a date and locations locked down, I believe. So our telethon will be held November 13th and 14th.
The telethon will be broadcast live on WYLN from 2 different locations this year.
We'll be broadcasting our hosts and our phone bank and our interviews from the historic Markle Building lobby. And our entertainment will be broadcast from another historic location. It will be broadcast live from the WYLN-CA Center.
Organizers have also chosen this year's theme.
Beating cancer takes you and me, and cancer hasn't stopped, and neither will we.
There's also more good news to announce as the ACS will be resuming its Road to Recovery program.
That's a program we provide where we have drivers who take you to your cancer treatment appointments completely free of charge. But we will take you whether it be locally to the Cancer Treatment Center, our good friends there, or if you're going to Sloan Kettering or Fox Chase or Geisinger or anywhere, we will provide rides to treatment for you.
If you or a loved one are faced with cancer, you can call the ACS at 570-459-1212 to connect with a cancer specialist. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovic.
Thank you, Julie. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce didn't think a farmer's market should go on without a farmer and decided to call off Friday's downtown Hazleton Farmers Market. Berger's Farm can't come this Friday because of staffing issues and explained that several farm employees haven't been feeling up to par as others are on vacation. The Chamber expects the market to resume July 30th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Can-Do Community Park on the corner of Broad and Laurel Streets. Once it resumes, the city will offer free parking to customers during market hours along the north side of Broad Street between Laurel and Wyoming Streets on Fridays through the end of August. Parking spaces dedicated to the market will also be bagged accordingly. Coming up on WYLN News, you could call Valley West the Buccaneers at this point with this opportunity they have. Plus, making the trek from Yankee Stadium over to Citi Field for the Mets. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's sunny out, so break your sunglasses.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts. just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLN-TV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, Buick GMC on Route 93.
Hey, don't forget we got a quarter-mile used cars.
Oh, we do. We have over 2,000 pre-owned vehicles in stock on blazealexander.com. We have a quarter mile here on Route 93, all the way down there. Come by, check them out. Yep, quarter mile used cars. So if you're looking for a great pre-owned car, come to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. Come check us out on Route 93 and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
Dreams of fighting for a state title right on your very own home diamond became a reality for Valley West Little League's 11 and 12-year-old All-Stars. Little Leaguers and fans alike will have no problem finding their way down to Whispering Willows Park in Cunningham this weekend for the state tournament. Even yesterday's spurts of showers couldn't delay the league for long, as they sprayed down their own version of a yellow brick road to the field.
Right off of Route 93 by Sheets, we're given a whole trail of Valley West logo along the road and then down Main Street right into the field. Help give the incoming participants a little bit of a roadway in for some direction and kind of just to help support our team with, get some community support.
Valley West walked off Wayne Wentz Field at Pfizer Ice Dam Tuesday night with a 6-1 victory over Warwick and took home the Section 6 Little League Tournament Championship title. Not only are they now headed to the 8-team Pennsylvania State Tournament for the first time in the league's 40-plus year history, they'll be playing for the crown right on their very own home diamond.
So it's been something that's been on the back of our minds, taking it one game at a time. But our team, myself, and the fans were absolutely elated. It's a feeling that we're coming home to play, and really there couldn't be a better feeling at this point. We're very, very excited.
Valley West took the necessary steps to punch its ticket for a homecoming celebration that'll echo through the Valley and Greater Hazleton area over the coming days. Now, as for the team's mindset going into Saturday.
Well, it's not going to be any different than it was through districts and sections. A lot of hard work preparing up to Saturday. Our boys stay very calm, and these last 3 games prove that they really play as a team. And we're just going to stay focused, go one inning at a time, one game at a time, and hopefully we can continue to win like we are. Go Valley West.
Hollidaysburg and Upper Providence kick off Saturday morning at 10, followed by Hepburn-Lycoming and Greencastle at 12:30. Opening ceremonies at 3. Valley West will have the 4:30 start time against West Point, and the night will close with Du Bois and Greater Pittston area starting at 7. And going off what Josh said, WYLN will also be rooting for you and wishes the very best of luck on this road to the state title and, hopefully, Williamsport. WYLN's all-time Otzi hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Joe Flanagan's back this week to talk MLB, so let's talk sports. Here's part 4.
For you Metropolitan New York fans, and that's you, Jim Burns, we didn't forget about the Mets. Joe, when we look at the Mets, came to the All-Star break in first place. But when I look at the Mets, they got guys all over the place out of position. To me, I think the Mets anticipated Major League Baseball doing what they did last year.
Right.
DH all over. I think they built an American League team, but now they're playing under National League rules.
Right.
I think ultimately they want Alonso to be the DH,
Right.
Smith to come in and play first. They'll figure out left field, whether it be Pilar or whoever. McNeil reminds me a lot of Daniel Murphy, can hit, but can't find a place to put him defensively. He seems to be okay at second. We mentioned last segment Adam Frazier. He's been associated with the Mets. But if you do that, where are you putting these guys?
Yeah, and one of the hardest things when you have a team like that is getting people enough at bats.
Right.
You know, and keeping them fresh. So, you know, when you talk about that, I think the Mets, when I think Mets, pitching.
Right.
And that's why they are there. Their pitchers are good. And getting some timely hitting. And some of the division, we'll talk about the Phillies next, really didn't play great in June.
Mm-hmm.
And they played good, so they pulled ahead. I don't think they're that much better in the division, but they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs just if they could line up their pitching.
Coming up on Glen Oaks News Choice, we take a trip down to the SPCA of Luzerne County and Community and You. Plus, leading the way, Part 4. Stay with us.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN-TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Trap, Neuter, and Release program is helping to relieve the feral cat problem seen in neighborhoods in the Wilkes-Barre area. The SPCA of Luzerne County and the City of Wilkes-Barre have partnered to help out the community. There's also ways that residents can lend a helping hand to the TNR program.
So if people want to donate to the TNR program, they would specifically send in a check or come in to the front of the shelter on the hours that we're open. And all they have to do is mention that they want to donate to the TNR program. It helps offset our costs, where that helps us out with spaying and neutering, buying the equipment that is necessary for TNR. As you know, traps aren't cheap, so we do need more of those always, so we can drop more in areas and do massive amounts. You know, just deterrents, buying deterrents, and hopefully handing them to people that need them.
It may seem a ways off, but winter will be here before you know it, and the SPCA is already preparing to winterize for the program.
So we're going to look for styrofoam coolers, sizable ones, probably like 2 feet or 3 feet by another foot. And what we do is we will have them set up inside of Rubbermaid containers, which would keep out the elements, and provide them to our colony caretakers. So that's one way of helping. So they can donate food. You know, colony cats aren't usually particular about their food intake. So, I mean, dry is probably better, but wet food is also okay too. They get their water source from the actual canned food. So if you're providing dry food, you have to provide water.
If you've been experiencing a feral cat problem, you can call the SPCA for more information.
So when we get a complaint that comes in, the notes will be taken, what area, location, and the name of the people that are complaining about the cats, or the feeder is calling about their colony. And we'll get that information. I'll be usually the one to return the phone call and talk to them a little bit about their problem. What are they having? So if I know if I'm going out to talk to a feeder, or if I know I'm going out to talk to somebody who would rather get a list of deterrents to keep the cats from their property. And in that area, then when I go out and canvass, I'll be looking for feeders in the area, a couple streets away, 1 block over. I'll be looking for those feeders. That way, when it comes time for me to trap, I want to be successful in my trapping efforts. I want to coordinate with them so they pick up their food the day before, so the cats are hungry, and then I come with my baited traps, and then I'm very successful in that day of trapping.
Once the cats are trapped and released, then it's back to the office where Humane Society police officers keep detailed records about when and where they trapped.
The list of how many cats that I trapped, how many are girls, how many are males, and of course how many are already ear-tipped. So we're putting that in our numbers as well, so we know at the end of the day, when we give our numbers in, we'll know exactly how many cats are on that street in that particular location.
Authorities also have a warning for the do-it-yourself trappers.
So another issue we have on the streets is the homeowner that wants to trap the cats, that finds them on their property, and he wants to take them to the woods to release them because he doesn't want them on his property. One, it's illegal. It's considered abandonment. You can only trap a cat and remove it if you have a receiver on the other end, meaning you have somebody that knows the cat is coming to their property, wants to assume responsibility and feed it, shelter it, and care for it.
And lastly, if you plan on relocating, make sure that you have a plan in place for your pets.
The folks that are renting or moving, we ask that you don't just abandon your cat and put it outside, and then want to surrender their cat, they can call the SPCA and schedule an appointment to surrender it. If their cat is not fixed and they're leaving it outside and abandoning it, that cat's actually adding to the problem of our cat overpopulation of our strays outside. So we need to schedule the appointment to surrender it at the SPCA, take it with us when we move, find a family member or friend to take it.
You can call the SPCA of Luzerne County or visit their website for more information on TNR, adoption, and more.
Hey guys, it's Ray Merrill for Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. How about that cheesy sign? If you get close enough, you can see it. But if you pass by Airport Road, we have a ton of inventory. Whether you're looking for a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, we have them all. Get a new Ram truck during the Make It the Summer event. So if you're looking for a new car or a used car, come to Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram here on Airport Road in Greater Hazleton, and you'll find out why we take the deals the other guys won't.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
WYLN-CA 35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Gary Perna is leading the way again into part 4 of this week's series.
And welcome back, folks, to Learning of Our Leaders. We are joined this week by Executive Assistant to the Mayor, Gary Perna. And so, missions and goals. As a leader, I think a lot of people have different ways of going out into the world and what they want to do, and you stand as a leader both, as we've talked about, in your church for the fire and for the city itself. And so what do you go out into the world and kind of plan ahead with your missions and goals?
Well, you know what, in my everyday job working for the city, the main goal is, making our city 100% the best that we all want it to be. There are days where people paint Hazleton in such a bad light, and that's because of 1% of everything that went on that day. That's what they pick up on. But there are so many great things that happen here in the city, and you will always have the naysayers, about everything. But there are a lot of great local businesses. There are a lot of great organizations that call Hazleton home. We're still one of the only communities around that I could still say has their own kind of media sources that we can get the information out. We have such a unique community that we call home. And it's not just Hazleton, it's the entire greater Hazleton area. So for me, like, the mission every day is how today can we take a step forward? How today can we put a good light in some of the stuff we do? And it happens every day, and I will say this, yes, I work for the mayor, but our police department, phenomenal. Fire department, phenomenal. Throughout the greater Hazleton area, hands down to those men and women who, protect us each and every day. My goal is to always make them shine the best that they can, whether it's, here in the city of Hazleton or throughout the greater Hazleton area. If I can achieve that goal every day and achieve that goal moving forward, I've done my job.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.